In the era of globalization, cooperation between countries have been established in many aspects and fields. Especially in the judicial field, the recognition and enforcement of foreign arbitral awards are important procedure in order to facilitate law enforcement between countries and protect the legitimate interests of the litigants. The recognition and enforcement of foreign arbitral awards in Vietnam is a specific procedure. Accordingly, the court will be the authority to conduct the review to recognize the validity of foreign arbitral awards to be enforced within the territory of Vietnam. When receiving a request for recognition of a foreign arbitral award, the court will consider and accept the settlement according to the prescribed principles. Specifically, Vietnamese courts only recognize and enforce foreign judgments in the following cases: 1. On the basis of international treaties, 2. On the principle of reciprocity. Therefore, it can be seen that not all requirements are recognized in Vietnam. To process the request for recognition and enforcement, depending on the case, the requesting individual or organization must file a request at the Ministry of Justice or directly at the court. Furthermore, in order to ensure that the petition is valid, the petition must satisfy the conditions of form, extent and status of the subject entitled to file according to the regulations that the applicant must pay attention to. In addition, the time limit for filing a request for recognition and enforcement of a foreign arbitral award is 3 years from the date on which the foreign arbitral award takes legal effect. However, this time limit can also be extended if it can be proved that the cause of the delay in filing the application is under force majeure circumstances. After receiving the application and considering accepting the settlement, in case the dossier is sent to the Ministry of Justice, the Ministry of Justice shall consider the application and enclosed documents and request the applicant to pay the fee as prescribed at the office of the Ministry of Justice, then transfer the file to the authoritative court. Within 5 working days from the date of receipt of the dossier, the authoritative court shall consider and accept it as prescribed. Accordingly, after considering, the court will hold a meeting and issue a decision to recognize or not to recognize the foreign arbitral award and notify relevant parties. Relevant individuals and organizations have the right to appeal or protest against that decision within 7 to 15 days from the date the court issues the decision. Where a recognized award is to be enforced in Vietnam, the parties concerned are obliged to enforce that award. In case the party does not voluntarily execute the judgment enforcement agency will carry out similar enforcement according to the provisions of the law on judgment enforcement in Vietnam. At present, foreign arbitral awards might encounter challenges in recognition and enforcement in Vietnam due to complex procedures. Therefore, it is important for individuals and organizations to learn and strictly follow the procedures as prescribed by law so that the process of recognition and enforcement in Vietnam can be carried out smoothly.